Good evening, Sir Joshua. Good evening, sir. Please, I'm trying to experiment with that riverside to see if it works. So right now, I'm streaming on your account. Don't know. Can you help me check your Facebook account to see if the stream is working? Did you hear what I said? Help me check if it is working. Um, recording. Can I turn off this guy? Okay. So, Sir Joshua, I don't know if you're able to check. Good evening, Sir Anthony. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. What do you say? Um, okay, no problem. Okay, let me check something. Okay. So, I'm streaming both on my YouTube page and it's showing live there from Riverside. I'm streaming the Discord on my YouTube page. You know, I'm experimenting with it, so I'm trying to see, and it's showing live. But so I'm streaming both on my YouTube page and also. Okay. Anyways, so can you hear me now? I think I'll just start. Then maybe after the session we can cross check the live stuff. So I'm still experimenting with it. Um, all right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Anthony. Good evening, Charles. Good evening, Crusader. Good evening, Gilead. Good evening, Sir Joshua. Hope everyone is doing well. It's another day of Libras Hangout, so we're about to start the session. Can everyone hear me clearly? This session is very important. I really wish that everyone was already here. Can everyone hear me clearly? If you can hear me, type in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me. If you can hear me, type on the chat. Welcome, Sachigozie. Welcome in. Okay, Charles say you can hear me. I just want to confirm that because I'm multitasking. Thank you, Sir Joshua. I'm starting to forget that stuff. I'm multitasking a lot of things at the same time, so I just wanted to be sure. All right, so tonight we are talking about choosing your skill. So, discovering the actual skill that works for you, knowing if what you're actually doing is the right skill or the right path or the right career. You know, skills and career paths are are kind of, in a way, we look at skills, we downplay skills, but skills skills are like can be a career path, but not all career paths are skills. What do I mean by that? Is that you a career path is something that you can build for a very long period of time. So I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, whatever. That's a huge career path. Now I'm going to be talking about career paths very well. That's because in this day and age, it was unlike before that you could think of career paths as the doctors, lawyers, and everything. Right now, your career path can be a YouTuber. Your career path can be a content creator. Your career path can be a writer. Your career path can be a script writer, can be a graphic designer, and you can do that for years. Now, most of us, I think one of our problems is that we think of skills as a short-term thing, and eventually, now I'm going to get into two types of skill or two types of major paths you can choose in skills, but I want other people that are joining in to join in before I give that major point, because that's, to me, that's the most important point of this session, but also that's one of the points I'll start with. So one thing I want every one of us to understand is that your skill can be a career. Your skill can be a career, and whatsoever you are choosing now, you can be able to build it to be one of the greatest things you can do for the next 10 years. You can. So you that are a graphic designer now, let me use a graphic designer as an example. You are wondering, how can I build a strong enterprise from a graphic designer? First of all, you can start as a skilled person, as a skilled graphic designer. Become so good, you are getting a lot of clients. At a particular point, you start to employ other skill laborers or other graphic designers. So you employ other graphic designers, and now you have a small agency. Then from a small agency, you can build into being a consultant, still a graphic designer, but you can be a consultant for other companies' graphic work. And then you can build that into a multi-million dollar company. Designs. So first of all, one of the first things I want to break from our mindset is stop looking at skill as a small thing. There are people that have built their whole life around playing guitar. There are people that have built their whole life around singing, and they've done it for 40 years. They've done it for 50 years, and they've become experts in it, and they have become industry standards in it. So now this is what I was trying to explain is why your skill can actually be a career path. But now, one of the questions, that the main question or the main point of this today's session is, how do I know which skill? How do I know whether the skill I'm actually doing is the skill that is right for me? How do I know which skill to choose? Because funny enough, some of us here think we've chosen a path, but the truth is that some of us here are not yet sure. And the truth is that until you get that conviction that what you are doing is the right thing, you will find out that you won't put all your effort into it. That's the truth. Because once you know that what you are doing is the right thing, you will find out that you are thinking long term, not short term. So if you're like someone like Charles now, he started a YouTube channel and he's thinking long term because he knows that, okay, I know I'm going to be doing this thing for a very long time. Why don't I start now and build something, even though it might not show as much now, but I know that it's an investment for the future. So he's thinking long term. And he's already talking about, in 2 years' time, this is what I'm going to do. You. People that take kind of investment. So this is the reason why it is important for you to know what you are doing and why you are doing it. What you are doing and why you are doing it right now. So far, I just laid the foundation of what I want to share, and I hope Hope I'm being clear so far before I move into the main points I actually want to portray. Am I being clear? Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Am I being clear? So now, okay, thank you very much. So now I'm going to buttress on the main important points here. That you see all these latecomers, they just came in. So I'm going to buttress on the main important point. How do you know what you are doing is the actual thing for you to be doing? How do you know what path you actually chose, the skill that you actually chose? How do you know if it is the right thing for you? How do you actually even choose a skill? Now, listen to this point. There are two major reasons why you are choosing a skill. Number one, you want to build a career out of it. You want to build a life. Let me not call career. Let me build your, because your skill is literally your life, what you'll be doing almost every day. You want to build a life out of it. That's number one point. Or number two, it is a stepping stone for you to build a life onto your dream path. What do I mean by that? So, let's assume you want to be a doctor. Why is doctor coming to my mouth? Let's assume you want to be a huge business owner, or let's say assume you want to be an investor. You want to be a Gilead, don't type. I'm not talking about doctors. You want to be an investor, a huge investor. But let's say you want to be a real estate investor. That's your dream life. I'm going to go into dream life very soon. But that's your dream life. That's what you want to envision. But for you to start in real estate investments, Sir Daniel, mute your mic. So for you to start real estate investments, you have to get money. To buy a house, to buy a land is not cheap. So you have to get money to start that your dream. You have to get money to start that your dream career, but you don't have the money right now. So in order for you to start your dream path and your dream career, most of the time you have to choose a skill that will generate money for you so that you can be able to build your dream life. So there are two types of skills, as I said. Number one, for those ones that just came in, number one, the dream skill that you're trying to build for yourself, like not just skill, but the dream life that you're trying to build. Let's say the dream life is a real estate investor. You want to be one of those big guys. That's your dream life. And that one is a skill on its own. It's an enterprise on its own. Number two is the stepping stone skill. So a stepping stone skill is a skill that you want to become a real estate investor, but you don't have what it takes to be a real estate investor. You don't have the finances for that skill yet. So what you do is that now you are learning video editing, because you want to use video editing to gain money so that you can one day be able to invest into your dream skill. I don't know if you guys understand these two types of skills. One is the dream skill, one is a stepping stone. And it is important for us to differentiate between the two of them. Do we all understand what I'm saying? Please respond on chat. Let me know that everyone is following. The dream skill is the skill that you've put in yourself that, okay, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a video editor, or I want to be a top class enterprise, whatever. You want to be huge. But sometimes, most of the time, you don't have the resources it takes to be that person you want to be. So you have to learn a small skill as a stepping stone. So that small skill is either building you or is building you financially. Let me give myself as an example. I don't plan to be a video editor for life. I don't plan to be a video editor for life. But I know myself that my dream is in the tech space. I want to build a strong name in the tech space. And that has been my passion. But in order for me to do that, number one, I need money. minus the money, I need to be able to practice and learn and build myself. And there are many things in the tech space I don't know yet. And these things are going to take time to build an expertise in it. I need to build an authority. And all these things are going to take time. So I decided to start with video editing, with the aim that one day I will build a name that I can be able to. Elon Musk, I'm using Elon Musk as an example. He started with PayPal. PayPal was initially called X.com. And he had a dream of spacecrafts. He has always had that dream of spacecraft for long, but he doesn't have what it takes to build a spacecraft. So he started doing programming. He was programming and he was able to build what they call X.com, which is now the present day PayPal. And after when that thing became very good, he sold it, used the money and invested in SpaceX, which is now the dream job that he's doing. So the stepping stone skills are important for you to understand they are stepping stone skills, so that you can plan your life around those stepping stone skills. Now, if your skill right now is something you are planning to build for your future career path, you need to start having that mindset. So now, this is very important for you to know the difference and where you stand. What skill, the skill that you are doing right now, ask yourself the question: do I plan to do this for the next 10 to 15 years? Do I plan to do it for the next 20 years? If no, what do I really want to do? And I'll give us some points that can help us know which one of them is the things that we actually want to do. Now, take notes. Even the skill that is a stepping stone, you need to choose the right skill. The skill that is a stepping stone, if you choose the wrong skill, you'll be frustrated in your life, honestly, because if a skill does not follow you as a person, you will not even eventually get the money. Maybe it's money you're looking for in your skill. I would say 80% of us are starting some of these skills because we want to earn money. But money can be misleading. Hugely, it can be misleading, because I will bet you for the first 2 years of your skill, you might not even be gaining as much money as you even wanted. You can actually do it in 1 year if you are focused, but most of the time it takes time. And if money is your major motivation, you burn out, you will die out. And that's why it's very important for you to choose the right skill. And that right skill that you're choosing should be based on you as a person. Now, I was talking with one of us one of us are here. I might not mention the person's name. So the person finished university. The person was about to venture into, like, the person loves, let me use this term, that's not what the person said to me, but the person loves agriculture. For instance, he loves agriculture. The person studied agriculture in the university. But when the person left university, graduated from university, he saw that there were no agricultural jobs. So the person decided to start a skill to gain money. But the person really had passion in agriculture. The passion was so strong that no matter what skill the person put his hands in, it wasn't working. Like, it wasn't just working, it wasn't working out for the person. So I was speaking with the person in this community, and I now realized I was seeing that the person was not productive in his skill. And I was wondering, why are you not doing this? Why are you not putting, like, Then I now asked, what do you study? Studied agriculture. Why do you study agriculture? This. When the person started to talk to me about agriculture, I said, Kai, there's a mistake. This person loves agriculture more than his skill. Like, there's a huge misunderstanding. And I realized that, wow, the passion, the love in that thing, in that agriculture was so much. And I knew that that is the place the person will thrive because of the person's personality. But the person needed to do another skill to get money. So now my advice for the person was, why don't you get a skill that relates to agriculture? Why don't you get a skill which you cannot achieve eventually. So I asked the person, why don't you start creating content about agriculture? You can't get job about agriculture. Like the person, I'm just giving an instance. The person couldn't get jobs from agriculture. But why doesn't the person start creating content for agriculture? Or why doesn't the person start doing graphic design for agricultural people? You realize that he's doing graphic design, but his niche in graphic design is agricultural designs or something. No, because at that point in time, the person will thrive better when it is something related to his skill, and that passion will still be there. So I'm giving that as an example. I'm a video editor. Remember, I'm a tech guy. I'm a tech enthusiast. I love tech. I can tell you everything about AI technologies. But I'm doing video editing. Video editing, in a way, has a lot to do with tech. Hugely, not in a way. It has hugely a lot to do in tech. And I am using the tech knowledge that I have to innovate in my video editings, to make myself feel connected to the tech space, thereby making it that I am doing something different that is a stepping stone skill to my major dream, but eventually it will lead me and guide me gradually to that tech space. The day when I get to that tech space, everybody will know. But for now, it doesn't show. But I still find myself passionate about video editing because I work with my computer every day, and knowing how to use computer, knowing how is still tech. Using cameras, lights, whatever is still tech. Using AI stuff is still tech. So indirectly, I'm still in my field, but I'm not in my field. So now this is very important because now I remember we read a book by Carl Newton. What's that guy's name? Carl Newton, ba? So good they can't ignore you. Sir Joshua, his name is Carl Newton. Or Newton, anyone. So there was something he said. He said that passion does not exist. Something like that in that terms. He said some Newport, Newport, I said Newton. So there was something he said in that book. That he said something about passion. You know, everybody will say follow your passion. And he's right. He's right. You know, now if we're talking about choosing your right skill, I can easily advise you follow the thing that you love, and which is actually the right thing. Actually, there's a dream life that you want, and that dream life is still in your head. And now remember how I am linking your dream life with your present skill. Make it that your present skill has something in relation with your dream life that can, because it's a stepping stone skill. So the your present skill should be able to have an essence of your dream life in it. Sometimes it's not possible, and I'll get to that. But now, if your present skill was aimed at with the intention of gaining money, so that you can be able to invest into your actual skill, then no matter what your present skill is, you have to make it interesting for you, whether it is interesting or not. Your present skill could be, I remember when I started video editing, there's a type of video I wanted to edit, but I couldn't edit that video because I didn't have a good laptop. So I had to be editing some kind of programming videos, and programming videos are boring. They are very annoying to edit. You're just seeing, you're not editing flashy stuff, just stuff. So I had to find a way to make it interesting. And if has anybody read this book by Ali Abdaal, Feel Good Productivity, or I've come across that book, Feel Good Productivity. That book, I read that book when? Last year. That book made me understand that even the things that are not sweet for you to do, you can be able to make them sweet. So forget all these things about passion. Passion is there, but you achieve your passion in the long run. But for now, you don't have the resources to achieve your passion. So you have to make what you are doing now your passion. So with this, I hope I've been able to set a good foundation for us to understand that any skill can actually become your dream skill. or any skill, you can make a skill actually your passion in order for you to be able to manage the next 5 years in that skill. Because if you're not happy in a skill, I bet you won't last more than 1 year. And money should not be your money should not be your motivation, because money will fail you. Money will fail you. So you need to find a way to get motivation outside of monetary benefits that can be able to keep you in that skill till you can be able to be successful in that skill and build into something huge. So these things is very important. Okay, this session explains the talk between dreams and passion. There is that dream that you want to achieve, but you can't achieve that dream yet, because most of us, we don't even have the resources to achieve that dream. So there are some points I want us to take note, or questions that I want us to ask ourselves when it comes to choosing our niche or choosing our skill. One of the number one questions I want us to ask is that, can you do this thing for the next 1 year even if they didn't pay you? Whatsoever you're doing, can you do it without any monetary benefit and you're okay with it for the next 1 year? Can you do it? If you can't do it, don't even start it. If you find out that it's going to be difficult for you to do it, because even though we are trying to put in everything to make sure that we make money, the truth is that it might not work out on time. So you have to find a way to make yourself motivated outside of monetary value. And as I told you, if you can't find a way to make yourself motivated outside of monetary value, start looking for another skill. This brings me to my point number 2. Actually, is that like my point number 8 or something like that? But it is acceptable for you to change skills, especially at this early time. Don't feel that you're stuck to one skill. I was a programmer. I did programming for 2 years. I was even called to the Air Force, our headquarters, to do programming for them. So it's something and it's still tech related, but it was not working out. So not that it was not working out, I didn't know how to monetize. I wish I knew some of the things I knew now. I wish I knew it then. I would have monetized that, my programming skill then. But I didn't know a lot of things. So it wasn't working out. And I'm also a visual person. I love videos. So I was not like, why don't I start doing video editing so that I can gain money to fund my programming? Because programming is expensive still. There are still many things that you need to invest into. So I started doing video editing for my mentor, and I eventually realized that video editing was sweet. Like I saw one huge passion that I didn't realize at all. Then I now realized that I can actually invest into this video editing. And I pushed 2 years of investment or in programming. I pushed it away for video editing. So what am I saying in essence? Even though I invested 2 years, that investment did not go to waste too, because I'm still using a lot of those programming skills in video editing. I'm still using those programming skills in many other things. So don't feel like you've wasted time. So, but I just want us to understand that don't feel stuck to a skill, especially in this beginning. Now, another point I want to take note is that don't choose multiple skills at once. Please, don't do multiple things at once. You will burn out. As much as you can, have a primary skill, your primary stuff that you're building in, or your job. Your job is your primary stuff, kind of. If you're maybe you're working a 9 to 5 job, it's a primary duty, because that 9 to 5 job is going to fund your skill. So you can't joke with your 9 to 5 job. You need the money. That job that you're taking for granted because you want to do graphic design and video editing, that job is the one that is going to pay for your data. So you can't joke with that. That is your top priority. When I was in the military was my top priority. They don't bomb me well, make I choose another thing. I was doing video editing at night, going to duties at day. Make I miss my duty in name of I was editing in the night and see now. So what I'm trying to say is that your job, or whatsoever 9 to 5 job you're doing, whether it's good or not, it is your top priority. So you need to make that your job enjoyable, and making it enjoyable means you actually do what is needed. Because If they tell you to do something and you didn't do it well, your boss will shout at you. It will frustrate your day, and your skill will suffer. So whatsoever job you're doing, I know a lot of us are doing one job or the other. Please don't always feel pressured by people like us that our work is only video editing. Please take your job serious, because that job will fund your skill eventually for you to be able to leave that job and focus on your skill. So take your job serious, and then you can pair it with a skill. Then when you pair it with a skill, don't do more than one of that skill. Your major job and a skill. One skill. Even if you are changing skills, you can change from graphic design to voiceover artist. Don't do the two of them at the same time. There's what we call skill stacking, to be able to get one huge skill. I think I've spoken about skill stacking here before. Yeah, you learn graphic design and all these small things for the aim of one major skill that you're trying to. Like me, I know how to do graphic design. I don't call myself a graphic designer, but I know how to do graphic designs. I know how to do voiceovers. I know how to write a script. But I don't call myself any of those, because those skills, I need them for my main skill, video editing. I'm using them. You understand? But you can have small skills that help your main skills, but please don't have multiple skills. All these ones that they are having slashes, I think I spoke about this thing. I am a video editor / I'm a graphic designer / I am a writer / I am a poet / I am a publicist. What are you slashing? It is one of the worst decisions you can make to do that. You will find out that at the end of the day, you will not be good at any one of them. Please don't do that. Invest into one. I know at the beginning stage you want to try. If you are trying what works, it's better for you to switch than to have them multiple. So you are working as a poet, you are seeing it's not working out for you, you switch to a graphic designer completely, changing your profiles to graphic designers, changing your socials. Not the fact that you will switch or you have two of them and you now put slash, so that anybody that comes to your profile, she's a networking expert, and she's also a. You can have multiple things, but not everybody can be able to handle them. So I will advise, stay at one thing at one time. As I said, forget about money. For now, forget about money. Money is a tool. Remember, I think that we've spoken about this before. Money is a tool. You need the money for something. So the money is a stepping stone. So build, if you want to build whatever you're doing, don't put money too much as a motivation. It will die down. Now, another question you need to ask yourself when choosing your skill is, don't think about the outcome, think about the process. Don't think about the outcome. So what do I mean by the outcome? I want to be a real estate investor because I want to become a billionaire, like that. You know, those kind of outcome based stuff. Think about the process. What do I mean by think about the process? The process that you are meant to think about is, what do real estate investors do on their day-to-day that makes them a real estate investor? What do video editors do every day that makes them a video editor? So you can think about, I want to be a video editor like Samuel because Samuel is earning in dollars. Have you asked me the amount of work that goes into every day's process? Can you do it? If you can't do it, don't expect the results. And this is the same thing that applies into. That's why I said, don't look at the outcome. Whenever you are choosing a skill, I want to be a graphic designer, I want to be a whatever, ask yourself, what do graphic designers do? What do public speakers do on a daily basis? What are their processes? Can I do it? If it takes 6 hours a day of meditation, okay. If it takes 6 hours a day of reading books to be a research analyst or something, you are looking at the money that they are making, but ask yourself, can you sit down for 6 hours reading books? Can you do it? If you can't do it, number one, or if you don't have the resources to do the process, don't think about the results. So for another thing is that, like me as a video editor, for you to edit my type of videos, you need a strong laptop. You don't have the strong laptop, but you want to be a video editor and you want to earn like me, but you don't have the resources to do the process. So it is going to be a limiting factor for you to choose video editing. You don't have what it takes. So there are two things when it comes to choose the process. The two questions about the process is, can I be able to do it emotionally, mentally? Can I be able to actually sit down for 6 hours editing a video? The second one is, do I have the resources to do the processes? Do I have the laptop to do the processes? Do I have the whatever? There are some skills that the resources needed for that skill is so niche. You want to be a guitarist, you don't have a guitar, how can you become a guitarist? You can say you want to be watching tutorials on guitar playing, but you can't do that without the tool. You have to buy the guitar. You want to be a keyboardist, you don't have a keyboard, and you say you want to be a keyboardist, you're watching tutorials on keyboard. So your resources, which also brings me to my next point, which is also about resources. One of the things that makes you consider whether a skill is good for you is whether you can be able to attain the resources needed for that skill. Because every skill has their own resources. A voiceover artist needs a good mic. A video editor needs a good laptop. A graphic designer needs something. An agriculturist, maybe you are doing fish farming, you need a pool, you need land. You're an investor, you need there are many things you need. Every skill has its tools. Those resources needed for the skills, do you have access to them? Even if you don't have access to them, can you get them? Even if you can't get them, do you have the resources? Do you have resources now that can manage to do the job while you try to? For example, if you're in content creation, you may say you need camera, you need the light, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, you have your phone. Can your phone be able to at least do something related to that skill for the meantime before you can be able to do it? These are the questions you need to ask before you choose a skill, before knowing which skill you have. Ask yourself the question, why are you struggling in the skill that you are doing right now? Is it because there's a limitation to the resources? Is it because the process is hard? Or is it because that skill does not have anything to do with your life? And or is it also because that skill is not making you happy? If that skill is not making you happy, there are two things involved. Either you make it make you happy by force, or you leave that skill. You have to have a motivation. You can't force yourself on doing a job that is not good. You will never produce good results. Any job that you don't know how to make yourself happy in that job, you will never produce good results. So you have to make sure that you have to find a way to make that thing motivating outside of money. Money is your only motivation. I'm sorry for you. So I asked, I've spoken about resources, I've spoken about money, I've spoken about, is it achievable? Now, my next question is it achievable by me in my present situation and my present environment? Is that skill achievable by me in my present situation and my present environment? Take note, you can be in your father's house, and there are some skills that you cannot do in your father's house. You can be in university, and your university does not allow you to do some certain things. You can be in a situation where your environment does not allow you to do a certain thing. Let me think of an example. Let's say you're staying in your father's house and you wanted to be working a job that needed you to always go out in the night. I don't know which kind of job I'm looking for a better example, but let me just use this example. Maybe a good job will not want useless stuff. You join people to work 90 and they are paying good amounts of money, but you want to do it, but your father does not like you going out of the house at night. So, okay, Safinias gave me a better example. Let's say you want to be doing voiceover in a loud environment. Your house, everybody is playing. One person is in the kitchen, another person is in the parlor, another person is and you want to do voiceover stuff. Your environment does not allow you to be able to express yourself in that skill. So that's another question you have to ask yourself. Can I am, does it allow for this skill I want to put in? Most of our skills are tech related. Good and fine. We just need our phones and laptops. But some skills still need extra stuff that has to do with environment, like this voiceover stuff in a loud environment. Though now the solution for this is either you change your environment to achieve your skill, or you change your skill. You either have to change your environment. Now there's no hard rule to these things. I'm giving us good suggestions, because if you really had passion for that skill and you want to push in, that means you need to change your environment. And maybe in order for you to change your environment, you need money. So sometimes one money can lead you to get, so like it's just like stepping stones. So let's say I need to leave my father's house, but in order for me to leave my father's house to achieve my skill as a voiceover artist, I need to have my own house, but I don't have the money to have my own house. But what does my father permit? My father permits me buying and selling of goods or clothing or drop shipping or something. I will start doing drop shipping so that I can get the money to rent my house, so that I can do the voiceover work that I want to do. So you can use one thing to be able to find a solution for another skill. You can use one skill to find a solution for another skill, and you need to think long term. So why am I doing the voiceover? Why am I doing the buying and selling, the business I'm doing? Why am I selling palm oil or something? Sachi goes no vex. Why am I selling something like this? It is because I need money to rent a house. Why do I need money to rent a house? It is because I need the house to do my voiceover stuff. I need a personal space. Why do I want to build my voiceover stuff? Because I want to become a professional voiceover artist. You need to ask the specific questions. Why are you doing what you are doing? Sometimes you think what you are doing it because you love it. When you start asking the whys, you realize there is a secret reason that your heart has inside that made you choose that skill. And you need to know that secret, because you need to be able to define it, to help you define stuff. So as I said, I think I've laid that point very well on. Ask yourself the question about your present situation and your present environment. Now, examining yourself, examine yourself, the things that you do that actually give you joy. So sometimes, like me, I now realize I try to do, in video editing, I try to do 3D stuff. I try to do animation, some kind of crazy animations. I try to do different types of video editing styles, but all of them they're frustrating me. The only kind of videos that I found joy doing, I realized, was talking head videos, and I decided to stay there. So sometimes this thing is trial and error. I didn't know I liked talking head. Skills that we've chosen. The question is, what part of that skill gives you joy? Examine yourself. Is it the research aspect of it that is a difficulty for you? Battery is low and I didn't charge it. Anyways, I'm still going to continue. So there are some aspects of our skills that don't mix that frustrates our life. And there are some aspects of our skills. In your skill that you are already doing, there are some aspects that you enjoy. Some of you enjoy the research aspect of a video production rather than the shooting aspect of the video. Some of you enjoy talking rather than the editing aspect of it. So when you start to analyze yourself, analyze your skill very well, you will now realize which part is works best for you. And when you realize which part works best for you, it is easier for you to major on that aspect of your skill. So every skill, there's a part of that skill that gives you joy. For example, you're a data analyst, you might love creating charts, but you might not like researching for charts. Find a way to simplify the things that are difficult so that you don't focus on the things that are difficult. Like me, in script writing, I don't like script writing. I don't like script writing. I can edit a video, but I don't like writing the script for that video. So what do? I use AI to write my script. I just use brainstorming with AI to make it easier. Because so the things that you find difficult in whatsoever you're doing, try to leverage things that can make it easier. If it even means employing someone, if you don't have a means of employing someone, try and make it enjoyable. Because you need to do that thing for you to achieve your goal. So this applies to every skill that we are building. There's always one thing that gives you joy in that skill. Even if you don't like video editing, but there's one part of video editing that might be the one that you enjoy the most. Spend more time with the thing that you enjoy the most in that your skill, so that your general skill can be enjoyable. If you are a graphic designer, maybe the only part of graphic design that suits you is when you are doing typographies. More time on the thing that gives you joy inside your skill. So even if you don't like graphic design, you need to use the graphic design to make money. Figure out the aspect of graphic design that gives you joy. Spend more time with that aspect. The other parts, try and make them easier. Try and make them much more less inconveniencing. And eventually you'll be able to get to a much more dream skill. So with this, I think I've been able to make out my major points. I remember I told us there are two major types of skills, or two major reasons why people choose skills. Number one is their dream skill. Number two is a stepping stone. For those ones that were not here, number one, it is your dream skill, the major skill that you want to do for life. Number two is a stepping stone to another skill. And take note, don't be stereotyped, don't be rigid. Be willing to change, be willing to adapt. Before, when I started video editing, I was like, I'm a motion designer / video editor. When I saw motion designer was not working, I removed motion designer completely. I do motion designs, but I don't do motion design specifically. If a client comes to meet me and say he wants to do motion design, I'll tell him no, no matter how much he brings to me. There was a client that came to meet me and said he wants to do motion design alone. I said I'm going to charge him $1,000 for motion per that motion. It's a 30-second motion design, but because I didn't want to do it, I told him I'm going to charge him $1,000. So if at all he wants me still to do it, at least I got enough money, even though I didn't do what I wanted to do and I liked. But eventually he left. He realized that it was too expensive and there were people cheaper, so he left. Fine, I'm okay with it. He left. I didn't get the money, but I didn't get to do something I didn't like. You understand? So sometimes you have to make those kind of choices because these things are things we are doing for a very long period of time. So these are my major points from today's for in terms of choosing skill. Now I want all of us to ask questions because I know some of us are having doubt about our skills. Me and Sir Joshua will answer the questions. Any question concerning this skill stuff. If you're having a doubt concerning whether your skill is the right skill that you've chosen, speak out now so that we can help you analyze your situation and your resources and whether it is good for you. We can analyze it for you right now quickly. So is there anyone that has any of those questions or any needs clarity? Unmute your mic, let me hear you. I'm hearing you, go ahead. Okay. Okay. So from what I understand, can you hear me? Hope my mic did not disconnect. Okay. You can hear me. All right. So from what I understand, you are doing graphic design. But you prefer to major on agriculture. And you mentioned one more thing. What was that one? I didn't hear the last one. Okay. So are you doing that research and industrial project for any why are you doing that one? Like, is it just like a side project, like a hobby project, or is something that you also want to major on? Okay, it makes you money. Okay, okay, all right. So in this case, from what I understand, among everything that you're doing, the number one priority, the major thing that you really want to invest your future in is agriculture. And I've even seen some of your posts about agriculture recently on LinkedIn and stuff. True or false? I think that's what you want to major in, right? For like hugely. Unmute your mic. We are conversing because I say like I say agriculture is like the major thing you really among everything. Agriculture is the major thing you really want to push in for life. Like that's the thing that you want to build hugely. Okay, all right. So why did you go into graphic design? You love graphics, or you want to also use it as a means of finances for your agriculture, or why? What's the reason? Okay, all right. And so far, you've not made any major, huge stuff in graphic design. Like you've not financially, you are still in the building process, right? Okay. All right. So no problem. So from what I can see here, agriculture is something huge for you. Now, my advice is agriculture, and you can in this your own case, because it's not every day you go to your agricultural farm. Like it's not every day you go around doing your agricultural process, but you are building it, and this is a long-term build, not a short-term. It's not something that you're building in 1 year. It's not something that you're building in 2 years, but you're building hugely, continuously in that aspect. So, um, I would still, I would still actually prefer you to major in agriculture. Funny enough, because of the fact that that's something that you've been building, and that's something that you're willing to continue building. Because you see this graphic design, as simple as it is, when you start getting into the professional level, it is no longer simple. Because now you can spend 1 day creating a design. These designs that you are creating, I can bet you AI can do it in 3 seconds. So for you to be able to become better in graphic design, you have to be outstanding. And for you to be outstanding in graphic design, it will take time. It will take effort. Honestly, it would ask like blessing is still coming up still. But if you see some graphic designers work, you'll be like, is it the same graphic that me I'm doing? There is a different ball game. And those ones you can know that they've taken it extra. So um because now you can still build this graphic design and decide to remain, you already know that you're not doing graphic design as a major, so you can decide to remain at a certain level so that it can be funding some small things. But you don't need to start doing something that will spend, like let's say you are doing graphic designs and people are paying you 5,000 per design or 10,000. You can decide to stay there, get your 10,000 within your design. It will require more, it will require more of your time. And time can be used in investing in researching in agriculture. There are many things that you can come up with a breakthrough. Okay, Sachigozie, sorry. Sachigozie, you can leave us. I just want to quickly answer his question so that we can get some of these things clarified. So you can come up with a huge research paper or something. Okay, no problem. After immediately I will end. So it can come up with something great in agriculture. And all those research, there are some people that are doing research in agriculture, it takes them time. They write research papers of like 500 pages on one particular stuff. Or it depends on what part of agriculture you are trying to major in. Sure. But I feel that you can continue your graphic design, but you can keep it in a basic level that you can be earning small money into it. If you want to carry it huge, it will take your time, and you have split of resources in terms of everything you're doing. So you can still do the two, but you know which one is higher priority and which one is second priority. For the research work, I just feel is a hobbyist work. For that other one that you're doing, I feel is a hobbyist work. Anyway, so Sir Anthony, we might also discuss this more. Maybe you can come to my DM or something. We'll discuss it more. But I hope you understand so far what I've said. Yes. All right, Sachigoze, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. It's time. Okay, sir, Chigozie, maybe we'll discuss it. Can you hear me? Since he's already the main leader on that, um, I feel that we can. This is something that is it was not answered here. We can still answer it later on or something. So I still feel that it's fine. Um, so Sachigozie, maybe you will just do that, um, since so that you can go to your stuff. I can't even hear him anymore. Um, Sir Joshua, can you go ahead and answer the question you wanted to? Yeah. All right. All right. No problem. No problem. Yes. Yeah. Sir Joshua, we have some more questions, so just in case. All right. So I think those points are actually valid. No, even though we are something that expressing in the future. There's something you can start doing now. Anyway, so the next question I have here was Daniel Joshua. Dan J. He said, "I'm confused about the parts you said um, one can one can be in a field and they're not happy. That one is very like you can be in a job, you can be in anything. There was a video I was doing a video edit for a guy. He it was a contract of like 1.5. At a particular point, I realized even though the money was good, I didn't just like doing that edit. And I told him he only paid me like 200,000 eventually. I told him I'm stopping. I can't do it. I didn't find joy in doing it. So you can be in a field and not be happy very well. Like even in your passion, your dream field, you can be doing your dream field and all of a sudden your motivation goes. So that's why you can't just rely only on motivation. You have to build systems. So, Blessing's question is my question is how do I handle learning other skills? How do I handle learning other skills that will be needed for my main skill? For example, learning video editing for graphic content, skill writing, content writing. How do I combine learning it? Okay, so in this case, you want to learn now. Your main skill, for example, is graphic design, and others you don't learn other skills because you just want to learn the other skills so that you can add to your skills. No, you learn them because there's a problem you're trying to solve. So for example, maybe you as a graphic designer, you want to start creating content about graphic design, and you realize in order for you to create content about graphic design, you need to start doing videos, and you need to start writing scripts, which means you need to start learning how to edit videos, because you can't employ a video editor for now. You have to now stack that video editing plus script writing. Your main skill is graphic design, but you're creating content because you want to build your personal brand as a graphic designer. So those other skills, you can't learn video editing in depth, because you're not learning it because you're a video editor. You're learning it, you're only learning the part needed for you to create the video that you need to create. You're only learning the script writing needed for you to be able to create the script that you want to do. So this is how you learn other skills. You find the skills that are solving a problem in your main skill, then add them based on the problem. Don't learn the whole thing. Learn only what is needed to add to your main skill to help boost your main skill. So that's how you learn and combine. Like me, if I'm doing video editing and I need something concerning AI stuff, and I don't know it, I will go and learn, just because of that particular problem I'm trying to solve. And I have that knowledge. I'm not learning the whole of AI programming. I'm just learning what I need to solve a particular problem. All right, so Sir Gabriel said, when I was posting my work, people started reaching out for you can see that of it was because of it. So people you are for. So, okay. Another question, I think. Okay, Sir Chris is asking a question. My question is, I'm passionate about teaching men. Like I can teach for hours, all of us, I won't feel tired. Can this be considered as a skill? Yes. Currently, I'm doing graphic design, but most times I feel not motivated getting along with this. My question for you is, Sir Chris, is why are you doing graphic design? What made you start doing graphic design? Is it because you wanted money, or because you saw everybody doing it, or sometimes we might think we actually have passion for something, but when we start asking the why questions, so when you ask yourself, why am I doing it? Let's say you are doing it for money. Why do you need the money? Okay, I need the money to sustain my life so that I can build my passion in teaching. You understand? So ask the question why. If you ask the question why you're doing your graphic design and it doesn't make sense in anything, you are free to drop the graphic design and focus on teaching. Don't feel it is too late. Guys, I know we've invested time in some of our skills, but sometimes it is better for you to stop what is wrong on time, because you can invest more years into something that will eventually frustrate your life. So the earlier the better. You might have invested, built something. There's nothing wrong in saying this thing is not working for me. Let me stop it. But before you say let you stop it, ask enough questions why. Ask someone else, meet someone else and ask questions about, sir, please, this is what I'm about to stop and this is what I'm about to start. What do you think about it? Ask people, professionals in the other space. So as I said, for Sir Chris' question, ask your why questions. Look for people that can also give you insights about it, about why you are doing graphic design. Then if you find out that your reason for doing graphic design does not make sense, you're free to stop it. But now, one of my question for you in the teaching is different fields. You can be an educational teacher. I am a teacher by gift. I teach very well and I love to teach generally, but it's not my major skill. Eventually it will be a minor skill that I'll add to my tech stuff. So the question is, what are you teaching about? If you are teaching about graphics, what if you are teaching about graphic design? It's still teaching. You are doing two things, graphic design and teaching. You are merging them into one skill. So find a way that you can inculcate your teaching into how you can start doing it, and start seeing what you can start doing now into that teaching. Last question that I'm going to take. We're already above. We've taken a lot of time. How do you know secondary skills for one primary skills? That's what I said, Danji. I spoke about that with Blessing, the Blessings question. Your secondary skills is a problem solving skills for your primary skills. But now, in some cases, your primary skill can be something. Your secondary skill can even be you building towards your dream skill. Your primary skill might be what is giving you money now. Video editing is what is giving me money now. But my other skills in tech are things that I plan to build later in future, but I don't have the time now. Secondary stuff because this side hustle gradually. I need the money. How can you use skill because you need the money is the most important thing in your life. Why are you doing your side hustle? But also, your secondary skill can be a problem skill to help your primary skill. Yes, I think we are already far. I don't. I really want to not make sure that we don't pass 9 o'clock, but sometimes it has to. I hope everyone learned something, especially those ones that came in new. Um, Crusader, Dan J, JNet. It was JNet. I've not seen you on this call before, so I think Sir Joshua there might be introductions possibly, but I hope everyone learned something from tonight's session. Um, Thank you very much, Sir Joshua. On to you. Any last things before we close? Thank you, sir. I, I don't know anything, oh, I beg. I don't know her. Good evening, Madam Crusader. Please, can you unmute your mic and tell us who you are and whether you are single? Yeah. All right, thank you very much, everyone. We'll start preparing for the skill shift challenge from tomorrow. So from tomorrow, the participants, everyone that is going, everyone should participate. Everyone that is going to be part of the skill shift challenge, there will be a form different from this membership form. Those ones that have filled the membership form already, your names are already there, but there are just a few of us that haven't. But the main skill shift challenge form should be going around from tomorrow, hopefully. So please, everyone should participate. It's going to be a great time. And as Sir Joshua said, it's going to be wonderful. Thank you very much for joining. Our next session is on Wednesday by 8 p.m. By 8 p.m. We are still going to be talking about some of these skill growths. And I'm looking forward to seeing every one of us there. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. Good night, everyone. Sir Joshua, good evening. Sir Joshua?